You swipe right on a dating profile. The photo is great. They look confident, attractive, and fun. You immediately start to imagine what they're like. You assume they're also smart. You bet they're kind. They probably have a great sense of humor too. But hold on. Why do you think that? You only have one piece of information. A single photo. Yet your brain has already written an entire story. This isn't a one-time thing. Think about that celebrity you love. Don't their endorsed products seem a little more trustworthy? Or that coworker who went to a fancy university. Don't you automatically assume they're smarter than everyone else? This isn't you being insightful. It's a glitch in your thinking. A critical flaw in your mental software. It's called the halo effect. This brain glitch is hardwired into your decision-making. It's a mental shortcut that makes you judge a person, a brand, or a product based on a single trait. And it's costing you. It's making you choose the wrong partners. It's causing you to overpay for products that don't work. It's making you misjudge people at work, potentially costing you promotions and opportunities. This glitch is being used against you every single day. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it works, who is exploiting it, and how to build a defense against it, so you can finally see things for what they truly are. So what is the halo effect? Let's get a clear definition. The halo effect is a cognitive bias where your overall impression of a person is influenced by a single positive trait. One shiny quality creates a halo that blinds you to everything else. It's the mind's version of judging an entire book by its cover. You see one good thing, and your brain decides everything must be good. Here's how this brain glitch works. Your brain is lazy. It's designed to conserve energy. Forming a complex, nuanced opinion of someone takes a lot of mental effort. It's much easier to take a shortcut. If you see something you like, your brain just paints everything else with the same positive brush. This creates a feeling of internal consistency. It feels simple and right. This bias was first identified way back in 1920 by a psychologist named Edward Thorndike. He noticed that military officers who rated a soldier highly on one trait, like physique, would automatically rate them highly on unrelated traits like intelligence and leadership. They did this without even speaking to the soldier. Their brains just filled in the blanks. Let's look at a modern example. Think about your workplace. A new colleague joins the team. You find out they graduated from a top-tier university like Harvard or Stanford. What happens next? Instantly they have a halo. Your boss gives them more important projects. Team members assume their ideas are brilliant. When they make a mistake, people say things like, "Oh, they're just getting settled in." Meanwhile, another new hire from a state school has to prove themselves every single day. The Harvard grad's halo makes you assume competence. You don't wait for evidence. Your brain just jumps to a conclusion. You're probably seeing this happen right now in your own life. So your own brain is setting you up to make bad judgments. But here's where it gets much, much worse. What happens when someone understands this mental glitch and decides to use it against you? That's when the halo effect becomes a tool for manipulation. This isn't just a random mental quirk. It's one of the most powerful and widely used psychological exploits in the world. Marketers, influencers, and politicians build entire careers on manipulating your halo effect. They know your brain is lazy, and they take full advantage of it. The most obvious place you see this is with celebrity endorsements. A company pays millions to have a famous actor promote their new watch or coffee machine. Why? Because they know you don't really care about the watch's movement or the coffee's origin. They're selling you the positive feeling you have for that celebrity. You like George Clooney. He seems cool, sophisticated, and trustworthy. When you see him with an espresso machine, your brain transfers that coolness and trustworthiness directly to the product. They aren't selling you coffee. They're selling you a halo. This gets even more powerful on social media. Think about influencer marketing. You follow someone who has a perfect curated life online. They have a massive follower count and their content looks professional. This creates an enormous halo of success and credibility. So when they recommend a new supplement, a trading app, or a piece of workout equipment, you're more likely to trust them. You don't question if they're a financial expert or a nutritionist. Their halo of popularity makes you assume they are. They've built a brand that feels authentic, even if their entire business is selling you products they've never used. You're not buying a product, you're buying into their perceived success. It also happens in a more personal way. Think about a job interview or a sales pitch. This is called impression management. A candidate might not have all the skills for the job, but they know how to present themselves. They are confident, they are well-spoken. They tell one amazing story about a past success. This single trait creates a powerful halo. The interviewer is so impressed by their charisma that they overlook the gaps in their resume. The candidate isn't selling their skills, they're selling a halo of competence. So let's be clear, this isn't just about making you buy a new pair of sneakers. This is about who you trust with your money, your health, and your career. The halo effect is a systematic way to bypass your critical thinking. It allows people to sell you ideas, products, and even themselves based on a single, often superficial quality. They are turning your brain's own shortcut against you, and it works every single time. So how do you fight back? How do you break the halo before you break the bank? All right, you now know how the glitch works and how it's exploited. Now it's time to install the antivirus. Building your defense system starts with recognizing the attack. There are 3 key signals that your brain is under the influence of the halo effect. First, you form a strong opinion about someone or something very quickly. You meet someone for 5 minutes and think, I love this guy. You see an ad for a new phone and immediately decide, that's the one I need. This snap judgment, based on limited information, is a massive red flag. Your brain is skipping the hard work of analysis and jumping straight to a conclusion. Second, your justification for this opinion is vague and based on feelings. If someone asks why you trust a certain politician, and your answer is, he just seems honest, or she has a good vibe, you're in the halo's grip. You can't point to specific facts or data. You're relying on a general positive feeling created by one trait. Third, you find yourself ignoring or downplaying negative information. You see bad reviews for that product you want, and you think, those people are just haters. A friend points out a flaw in that person you admire, and you get defensive. This is your brain actively protecting the halo. It wants to maintain that simple, consistent picture. Once you recognize the signals, you can deploy counter tactics. Here are 3 practical steps. Number 1, slow down your judgment. The halo effect is most powerful when you make snap decisions. Consciously force yourself to pause. Don't decide on a candidate right after the interview. Don't buy the product right after seeing the ad. Give your logical brain time to catch up with your initial emotional reaction. Number 2, evaluate specific traits independently. This is crucial. Instead of asking, is this a good investment? Break it down. Ask, what is the historical performance? What are the fees? What is the risk level? Instead of asking, is this person a good potential partner? Ask, are they a good communicator? Are they emotionally stable? Do our values align? Judge each piece on its own merit. This shatters the halo into smaller, more manageable pieces. Number 3, actively seek out contrary evidence. Your brain wants to find information that confirms its first impression. You need to fight that urge. Make it a habit to look for reasons not to like something. Go read the 1-star reviews. Play devil's advocate with your own opinion. Ask yourself, what am I missing here? This forces you to see the full picture, not just the shiny part. Ultimately, this comes down to a mindset reframe. You need to stop thinking of people and products as good or bad. Instead, adopt this mental model. People and products are portfolios, not single stocks. A person can be charismatic and funny, but also unreliable. A phone can have a beautiful design but terrible battery life. Nothing is ever just one thing. Viewing the world as a collection of separate strengths and weaknesses is your ultimate defense. It forces you to be an analyst, not just a fan. It lets you see past the halo and judge reality. So let's recap. Your brain has a glitch called the halo effect. It makes you judge everything based on a single positive trait. This shortcut is being exploited to sell you things, influence your opinions, and make you misjudge people. But now you know the defense. Recognize the signals of a snap judgment. Slow down, evaluate traits separately, and actively seek out the flaws. Stop letting one shiny object blind you to the whole picture. You are now aware of this cognitive bias. That means you are no longer a passive victim of it. You have the tools to see the world more clearly and make better decisions for your life, your career, and your wallet. This is just one of the many glitches in your thinking. In our next video, we're going to tackle another big one. We'll explore why you probably think you're smarter and more skilled than you actually are. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and it might be holding you back more than anything else. If you want to keep upgrading your mental software and protect yourself from manipulation, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching.